being here today.
That's it. Thank you for being here. What's up? Sharon didn't come, but I did. Sharon didn't come, but I did.
Welcome to Lifespring. Thank you so much for being here today. If you're new with us, we want you to feel right at home. Heading into the holidays, it is our goal to continue making a positive impact into the community. The truth is, we are better together in reaching as many people for Christ as possible.
A great way to get involved and discover your gifts and passions is to attend our pastor's breakfast. We believe the best way to reach families for Christ is together. All you have to do is let someone know in the Connect Center, and we'll take it from there. Each Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30 is Fam Night here at the church. Adult Bible study, youth group, and children's activities make it a fun time for all ages. We follow the school calendar, and we look forward to seeing you there.
So there you have it, and be sure to check out Lifespring12292019A.
To your right. Your other right.
And our Facebook page for more events as well. To help us connect, please fill out one of these white Connect cards and take it to the Connect Center just outside that door. You will get a free gift, a personal contact from Pastor Nate himself, and our team leaders will be reaching out to you as well. At this time, please stand and begin our worship.
We're so glad that y'all are here today. I don't know about you, but when if during this holiday season I'm not working for the school district, I have this 2 weeks off, coming off of the holiday, coming off of Christmas Day, and I'm sleeping in every day. It is really hard to get into the mode to get up and do what I need to do, and apparently it's that way for humans and computers alike. So if you will, just go ahead and sing with us today. We're going to start out with Great Things. I'm so glad to see that some of you got the memo today. In case you hadn't noticed, it's pajama day. Some of you are probably like, I don't know, if I show up in pajamas and no one else is in pajamas, I'm going to be pretty mad, so you decided not to wear them, but that's okay. We'll kind of keep the spirit going here. I want to give you the big idea real quickly before we greet one another. Something that you can be thinking about as we lead up to Pastor Nate's message today. Jesus' birth didn't happen the way it was expected, and yet it was exactly the way it should be. Let me repeat that. Jesus' birth didn't happen the way it was expected, and yet it was exactly the way that it should be. Y'all go ahead and take 5 minutes, and we're going to go, I'm sorry, not 5 minutes, a minute and a half. Greet one another, shake the hand of someone you don't know, and just take a second to say hey. Take up our offering. It kind of helps us to put into perspective what we do when we give to our local church. They're basically coming alongside of us in a partnership that helps to reach our community, helps to reach our local areas, but also across the world. And there was a quote in the video just now that said, when we give, we're not only changing our world, but we're changing our hearts, because every time we give, our hearts grow a little more like Christ. And that's an amazing thing. We'll go ahead and grab the baskets at the end of your row and pass it down. There are several ways you can give in addition to the baskets. You can go to our website, lifespring12292019A.org, and there is a giving link there that you can click on. There's also a box on the back of the wall if you want to be incognito. Drop it in the box on the way out the door. Okay, if you will go ahead and stand and continue worship with us.
Oh
seeing a little man with his eyes closed praying and his PJs holding his Bible. That is what it's all about right there, man. You kids are dismissed. Golly, be careful where you look. Get all emotional. You kids are dismissed. You guys going back for Splash Zone, our 5th through 8th grade class, you're dismissed as well. Deep in and go do what you do and enjoy. Hey, I'm still going to say this until January 1. Merry Christmas. Everybody still feel like you're in somewhat of a Christmas spirit. You're in your pajamas, which is so cool, so awesome. I went half 50-50. My Buzz Lightyear onesie is at the dry cleaner, so I didn't get to bust that out today. But we are just so glad to be here. It's pretty cool, and it's all about perspective and kind of how you look at things, man. It's a holiday week still. Once you get back into the work grind on Thursday and Friday last week, and then maybe you have to work this weekend, and you're going to probably go back Monday, Tuesday, and then boom, New Year's Eve, and another holiday, and then back to the craziness again. And so it's just a neat time of year. My perspective is so cool because I'm thinking, wow, I was back there worshiping, and we do these holiday services like this. Usually, a couple years ago, there was a time there'd be about 12 of us, and we would literally circle up right up here in the front, 12, 15 of us, and do like a small group Bible study type deal. But we haven't been able to do that the last couple of years, which is so cool. So on that note, give yourselves a hand for showing up on Sunday, the last Sunday of the year. Lots going on, lots of reasons not to be here, but you came, man, and you are here to worship. Wow, what a powerful moment as we have experienced in the presence of God, and just want to continue that and continue to do what God's called us to do. All right, I need you to look at someone around you, someone next to you, someone around you, and say, hey, we're going to have to talk back today. All right, I need your participation. All right, I need you to help me. I'm in holiday mode too. All right, I'm in a kind of wake up myself this morning. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start off by looking at some names and some movies and different things that maybe didn't quite live up to the hype. All right, so I want you to think about if you agree or disagree with my list. Shame on you if you disagree. But if you have different names or different things, I'm going to give you a chance to talk to me and let me know, in your opinion, what you think. Now, in the didn't live up to the hype category, we're starting out with sports, and I really tried to be like Switzerland, man, like totally not choose a Clemson guy or a South Carolina person. Like, I'm trying not to go there whatsoever. It's not about that today, okay? So I tried to pick some sports figures in history that would be pretty neutral, okay? I don't think we're going to get any fights over, okay? So if you look back, I picked 5 athletes that just came up real hyped up through college, maybe through high school, and then, man, in the NFL or the NBA or wherever, they just didn't quite make it. The first one on the list I looked up was Matt Leinart. Anybody remember him? He was a USC quarterback. He was like a stud. He was going to be the best thing ever, and just didn't make it. Somebody go. The next one, and I remember him, I'm a big basketball fan. There was a guy that came out of Ohio State, out of their program in college basketball, named Greg Oden. He was like 7'12", and just awesome, and he was going to be the best thing ever, and everybody go. Another quarterback, this little old school, I didn't know much about, but Jeff George, apparently. Anybody remember Jeff George? He came out, was like over the hype. Here's one boy that didn't live up to the hype. How about Tim Tebow? Ladies, I'm not talking about how hot he is, I'm talking about his athletic ability, okay? He came in with a lot of hype, had a pretty good playoff run one time, and then that was it. Any Panthers fans in the house? Carolina Panthers? Maybe didn't live up to the hype. Cam Newton? Can we agree or disagree?
I agree with that.
I'm 50-50, man. Someone showed me some stats the other day about him comparing. Okay, pretty good, but we expect more as Panther fans. Amen?
That's it.
All right, well, hey, we want more, so maybe Cam Newton. How about you? Y'all yell out, who's a sports figure in your history that you thought, man, he just didn't live up to the hype? There you go, Michael. Oh, that one hurts my heart, man. I love Michael Vick. Anybody else? Anybody disagree with anybody on this list? There you go. Oh, a Tar Heel. That one hurts too, but you're right. As a sports commentator, he's amazing, okay? He does great talking about sports. He just wasn't great at playing them. Who? Finkel.
Laces out.
That's right. Yep. Whoever that is. That's right. Laces out. This just in, Nate's really bad at names. I don't know if y'all knew that, but I have a hard time remembering that. So, Finkel. All right, now we're going to go to a super sensitive subject and talk about movies, okay? Movies that were like super, y'all are like, don't you go there. Super hyped up, but maybe didn't quite. Now, I will tell you, full disclosure, on this list, I just compared kind of the budgets that it took to make the movies, and then a list of like how much it actually brought in. So compared to that, the hype, it didn't live up to it. How about Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? Anybody see that movie?
Best ever.
Was it good?
Everything Indiana Jones is the best.
But you're the only one that thought that, because it made like $3, okay? So it just didn't live up to the hype. I know nothing about this movie. It was on every single list I looked at, so I got to put it on here. A movie called Prometheus. Anybody?
I saw that.
It was okay, all right? See, but it came out super hyped. How about The Hobbit? Apparently, The Hobbit was like going to be the great. You liked it? Again, you're one of few. Any Superman fans in the house? Superman? Man of Steel, like flopped. That movie bombed. Nobody liked that one. And then the last one, man, I agree to Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom of the Menace. Back in 1999, apparently, like it was so hyped up, it was going to be great. I want to tell you, there's a lot of things in life. How about another movie that was just hyped up, and you went and saw it, and you're like, I'll never get that $19 in 2 hours back in my life, like ever. Any other movies?
I'm smarter than that.
That's right. If I waste money on a movie, it's 99 cents in Redbox, so it's all good, right? I can get away with it. There's a lot of events, there's a lot of things in our life, entertainment, sports, stuff like that can have a lot of hype. And then sometimes, man, especially when it's hyped up so much, you kind of go and you're thinking, oh, that's not that great. You know, some of the best movies I've seen are movies I didn't know anything about going into it. Like you're scrolling Netflix, whatever, and you're like, oh, that looks good. Okay, it's rated PG, that'll work, PG-13 maybe, whatever. And then boom, it's like, wow, that was amazing. I didn't know anything about it. A lot of things, when things are hyped up, it sets things up to fail, because it's like, man, how could it possibly live up to those high expectations? There was, in a very negative note, man, there was a time, probably about 10, 15 years ago, I had a really good friend in South Florida. Her name was Maggie, and she was getting married. And I remember it was so hype, I was so excited. And God used this moment to help me a lot now that I work with weddings a lot and stuff. And I'll never forget all the excitement and all the hype. But at that end, that one of the dances, man, she was just so exhausted. She was bawling, crying, and so just down, because everything people were people, and they were a pain in her butt. And it's just, she had all this expectation. I remember her telling me in tears, hey, this day just didn't go how I thought it would. And she was just exhausted and sad. And I just thought, man, you think about those kind of moments your whole life, and then sometimes they just don't turn out to be what you expect. How about some good things that did end up living up to the hype? The first thing I thought of, being a 90s kid myself, Y2K, aren't you glad that hype was not real? Okay? We were told, like, you youngins don't know this, but 1999, they're like, at 11:55 p.m., turn off all your computers.